Hi, my name is Mentally Unstable Bowl of Soup, and welcome to a basic stealth tutorial. Um, Today we're going to be doing Bankheist pro job. It'll be gold. So, just gonna kind of sift through some things, show you guys bust some myths about stealthing. A lot of things people don't know. A lot of things that I've ran into personally that people say about stealth. Just gonna kind of walk right through it and hopefully show you guys a few things about what I've learned about stealthing. So let's get started. Alright, so when I start off regularly, I usually go straight for this fence, as long as there's no one's there. As I kind of approach the fence here, I notice that there's a manager and that guy, so I kind of wait for him to get out of the way before I decide to bust a move. So the manager starts walking underneath that camera. I'm not going to do anything. I can't break that camera because this is on DEATHWISH, so I decide to run around and see if there's another way in that could possibly lead me to the camera room. On DEATHWISH, you always want to get the camera room down first, just simply because you can't break the cameras. They're not useful for you. And here's the camera room. So I just use an ECM on it from the ghost tree, and shoot this guy. Make sure you always answer the pagers on every security guard like this. But if this was an overkill or anything under that, what I would normally do is use the cameras to my advantage. Every time you break a camera, it randomly cues a guard, any guard, to go to the location of that camera, and they'll take any route possible, any route that they've been pathed on at all. So they might even walk all the way around the bank just to go to that one camera. So you have to kind of watch out for that and make sure you have all your loose ends tied. So as I tie up that manager, I realized someone just kind of saw me here, so I had to get him down. The camera's down, so obviously I can't see him. And I decided to kill that guy because I have extra body bags, and I didn't want to have to deal with him in that big old gate, because I obviously can't make him go through the tiny little hole I cut through the fence. So I throw him there, grab these body bags because I know I'm going to need them for the guards that I kill. And what do you know, right when I start running back, there's a guard right there. So I take him out. You might have noticed some sloppy shooting there, but I actually typically aim low just so I don't hit glass. So if I'm in an area that has glass, I usually aim low. So I just kind of stick with that mentality as I kill any guard in stealth mode. I like aim for their kneecaps or the legs or their stomach or something weird like that. So right now I'm just kind of tying up my loose ends, making sure that these guys are out of sight and that bag's out of sight so that I don't walk away and someone walks by and just happens to see him laying there. So I get done with that. And something to note too, this stealth is all about your concealment and the distance you are from your opponent. Those are probably the biggest factors, the biggest and the most basic. They're the fundamentals of stealthing in this game. Right now I'm just trying to look for the other guards, see if I can catch them in an odd spot, and I realize there's only one guy in that cubicle room area, so I think if I can get him without any guards running up on me, I could probably just get rid of him and make that little area kind of a bigger death zone for the guards, because the guards like to patrol back there a lot, especially right where that guy's sitting. They just like to hang out there. I don't know why. It's just part of their pathing. So I just decide, you know what, I'm gonna go for it, and here I go right now.
Down on the ground.
So I
Down
catch
on the
this guy off
ground.
guard, get him on the ground. Well, I tried to, but he wouldn't get down, so I just shot him. That's another thing too. You have to. A lot of people think that if they don't listen the first time, then they're broken. That's not entirely true. I only shot that guy because it's easier to shoot him. I had a lot of bags, so I was like, you know what? There's no reason for me to get this guy down, then drag him to the back room and chance, him possibly being seen. So I just took care of him. So I run to the other side, and I'm looking for the guards still. I want to make sure that, once again, they kind of walk into my death trap. I notice just then on the camera that one of them just went through the copy room. You can see him coming out right now. Since there's nobody here, I just shoot him, get rid of him. I think that leaves me with one guard left. So now it kind of turns into a really crappy game of just catching this dude in the right spot at the right time. You'll notice in this video, this guy just will not come to that back area. It's like he just knows that something bad's waiting for him back there, so he just doesn't go. And normally if I had, 3 or 4 people in here, we would just jump them and, someone would take care of the pager, the rest of them would take care of the hosties. But, in this case, it's just me. I can't take care of everybody at once. There's no point in rushing in, you know. So I'll just kind of take this time while I'm playing around with the cameras to talk about the tellers and the buttons. The tellers in the lobby room, they have little red buttons that they can press almost, it is really quickly. It seems like it's almost immediate sometimes. So when you rush in, instead of getting them down, because they're the biggest bother when you're trying to get them down, they'll stand there and then they'll press the button and then they'll get down, and you're just like, what the hell? So you have 10 minutes wasted on killing these guards and setting this place up. So what I do is I just walk in and blast them. There's no reason to have them stick around for any reason. It really doesn't matter. It doesn't take too much off the top of your cash in the end. So I just get rid of them. I'd rather not risk it at all. And in the back room, in that cubicle area where that one guy was sitting by himself that I killed and bagged up, and where I killed that other guard, there's actually another button right beside that door that I was sitting in. And it's on the right side of the door if you're entering the cubicle room from that door. And people will try and run up and ninja that button too and screw you over. Those are the only 2 buttons that do that here. Once you get control of both of those, then you're good to go. You don't have to worry about people running up and pressing buttons, because most of them will be too scared to, but all the workers in the bank will try to. So if you're doing this by yourself and you have people back there in that cubicle room area where I killed that guy, get them down after you kill the guards, and once you zip tie them or kill them or do whatever you're going to do, nobody else should hear you because that section's kind of blocked off from the rest of the area. Once you do that, you should be good. Nobody should really run over there. There is another guy that sits back there, but most times he's not alerted at all unless you break glass, because then he'll hear you. Oh, right there, I just sprinted right past that guy. So right here, I think he's going to come back here. Pretty sure he doesn't. But right now, I kind of take this opportunity to show you that there is a difference between crouching and standing when you're stealthing. Although you'll see me sprinting around a lot, like I said, distance plays a huge part in this. I'm standing up right here. He can see me further distance away. But if I'm a good distance away from people, I can sprint all I want, and you would think that they'd be able to see, but they don't. It's like they're blind and deaf almost. So thought he was gonna come back. He didn't. He's gonna play more games, so I'm just gonna kind of wait it out. Once again, there's no need to rush. Just be patient. Um, if you're getting frustrated with stealth, I promise you, I was getting frustrated at one point in time too, because I wanted to be good at it. I wanted to do well, and I just kept screwing up. So I kind of went online and I kept watching people and seeing how they did things, and I was like, you know what, I just need to go all in and practice, and I kind of used the same methods as them, sprinting around, ducking behind, just small little stuff like in framing frame, you can duck behind the statues and no guards can see you as long as the guard is directly on the other side of it. Stuff like that really, really helps you in stealth. So, also keep in mind that any guard that you run into, GenSec I think is the security name for them, but whatever. Basically, if they're in a gray or white shirt like that, and they patrol an area, they're gonna have a pager on them. Or if they're like in a gray like body armor vest, you're gonna have to answer pager on them. There are some levels where you'll run into police officers that you shoot them and they don't have a pager on them. That's another thing. There's a huge difference in this game between stealthing private security guards and stealthing police officers. As police officers, you can stealth all day. You see them on maps like I think Election Day is one of them, where you have to hack the voting booths, and you'll see some police walking around there, and if you kill one, you don't have to answer pager. So just make sure you answer each pager, and when you're answering a pager, don't let go of E or whatever your button is to answer. That'll also alert the guards, if you haven't noticed that before. And once again, for some of you guys that are more advanced in this, this is basic. So I'm talking really to the guys that have no idea what's going on, period. So just trying to give some heads up on these. Right here, I'm just kind of showing that even though that guy should be able to see me, once again, they're blind and deaf. It's just like they're completely stupid. Sometimes you struggle trying to get them to notice you so you can get them down too. But I finally get that guard back there, and I think, you know what, this is the time. So I go ahead and take care of the tellers and start getting everybody down in the bank. And I started noticing the guys in the cubicle room, and there was a guy on the bench. Yes, you can shout at people through the window, which I just did. There's nothing crazy going on there. I'm not hacking or anything, obviously. But once I get that guy down, I just decide, you know what, it's best to zip tie him, get rid of my other zip tie. It was mainly to consolidate these people. I shot those people in the cubicle room because I wanted to consolidate them, but you can't move them when they're on the ground. So unless you zip tie them, you just can't do anything with them. So I had to shoot them to consolidate them, and I just decided, you know what, there's three or four people that patrol outside, so I'm just gonna bring this guy inside so that he doesn't get seen. And at this point in time, I pretty much got it. Really, you just have to bring the drill in. Since it kind of spawned in an odd spot, you have to kind of sprint across the map after intimidating people, and then throw the drill down and all that. Luckily, the drill just happened to be in the front area, so I can watch these guys and watch the drill at the same time, see how much time's left. So it's no biggie, but I'm going to skip through the thermal drill just so you don't have to deal with watching me sit here for God knows how long. And so yeah, I will talk to you in a little bit. Okay, we are back and our vault is open. Easy mode. gotta do now is carry the gold out. You might have been able to notice at the start of the video again, I killed all the civilians there, and the reason why was because I actually ordered food and it showed up, and I didn't want one of them getting up and ruining my video. So right now the reason why I'm yelling at them is because I'm showing that it is possible to carry gold all the way to a van that's this far away and intimidate them at the same time. I noticed that while you are away, I think it's about like 20-30 seconds, maybe a little bit longer depending on your intimidation amount, which are perks in the mastermind tree. But I have been able to do this full ghost too, if I remember correctly. Anyway, you can intimidate them long enough that you can take the bags back to the van without any problem, and they won't try to call the police or anything. So if you also have a loud weapon and you have full control over the map, you can also shoot, which will intimidate them and keep them down as well. I found that that was pretty effective too, which I've done before. So one thing to note too is while someone is zip tied, you don't have to shout at them anymore because they won't try to get up once they're zip tied. They're pretty much stuck there until you move them or until a police officer comes and uncuffs them. So right now, I could have gotten all those deposit boxes if I wanted to, but I wasn't going to pick lock forever. There was no point. So I just took off and said, whatever, I'm done. I completed my objective, so I hope this helps some of you guys out. I mainly made this video because there's a lot of people I've run into that, I'll go in and stealth a place, or they'll try to stealth and they're like, well, I didn't know I could do that. And this game's been out for quite a while, and there's probably still quite a few new players coming in, so this is for the new players that want to get into stealth that haven't been able to, and they just haven't been successful. So I know this is probably pretty boring considering that a lot of people have done this DEATHWISH and just kind of shown off their stealthing skills or whatever, but once again, this is mainly just a tutorial on, or for the people that have not been successful at stealth, and just trying to help them break some of the myths of stealthing so they don't think that, oh, I'll get caught if I do this, and or they can see me if I do this, or they can hear me when I shout, stuff like that, which is something I forgot to mention as well. That guy that was sitting back there in the cubicle room close to the window that never saw me, he did not hear me shouting at the people inside the lobby. Stuff like that. It's small stuff that, people should know that they don't because they haven't been doing it long enough. So it's just here to help them out. Right there, I was just showing my weapons and what I've got in each weapon, and right now I'm just kind of showing my skills to say, hey, this is what I have, in case anyone wants to copy my build. I did revise this build a little bit later, but the only thing I took out was the suppressed weapon damage in Ghost, and put up my, I think I made one of the perks in Fugitive. Oh no, I revised my whole Fugitive. So anyway, once again, basic tutorial, no biggie. If you have any questions, please just message me, comments, anything. I want to kind of get videos out there and kind of get my name out there and let people know who I am. I want to do a lot of Payday 2 videos because I love Payday, one of my favorite games. So really, thank you for watching, and like if you liked. Thank you very much for your time. See you later.